What's up, guys? This is Kephas. Welcome back once again, everyone, to WoW leveling, and I felt like as a dwarf, it would be wrong to not at least visit or quest in for a little bit the dwarven starting area. And since we're level 23 now, which is crazy, we also have PvP enabled, we should be able to see a lot of experience come from this place. And also on top of that, we have our our faster mount, so it's kind of crazy. So we'll see how this goes. But looks like there's a quest in here. Yep, cooking trainer. Bring list. Okay. And okay, I don't remember that quest. Okay, but whatever. Let's go ahead. I probably could have learned cooking, but we're gonna need a Rhapsody malt. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so we're good to go there. All right, so let's go out here and do some hunting, shall we? Get some experience going. All right. Now it's kind of funny because I don't know if I can go back to Coldridge Valley or not, because you have to kind of fly over the caves. So I don't even know if that's an option, but it's fine. We can go here, but we learned that I was able to go to the human starting area in Elwyn Forest and do all the quests there. But oh, look at this, interesting. So I can actually do the fly into Ironforge. Wow, that's a lot of experience for just doing that. Holy crap. That's some easy experience, but we'll do it some other time. But we are going to go ahead and quest here for a while. There's tons of ore and herbs. Might as well get all those and continue on in our adventure, if I can possibly talk. All right, so we gotta get some boar ribs, so we're gonna do that. But yeah, so we're still here, still leveling up, having a lot of fun, and of course, as you can imagine, I'm still in the same boat that I was in last week with all the things going on. Kind of crazy, but I do want to say thank you guys so much for all the well wishes, all the encouragement, and just all the the kind-hearted words, being happy for me, congratulations, and everything for me and my wife, and just what's happening in our lives right now. Obviously, it's all I'm thinking about. It's what's on my mind all the time. So I'm very happy about it. So do I have auto loot enabled? Sometimes that likes to turn off itself. Okay, no, it is weird. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, but like I said last week, I've had a very difficult time keeping up with Warcraft, for obvious reasons with all this stuff going on. So, one of the things that I want to do, when I get settled in our new house and everything, and kind of get back to normal, for a while, is I want to learn about the new console port update. So I've had a lot of requests from people. So if you're watching and if you've requested this, console port has been updated, and I guess people kind of assume that I've just gone ahead and updated. I actually have not updated console port yet to the new version because I don't want to have to go through and try to fix things. So basically, console port, the newer version of console port for retail WoW, is taking advantage of the controller support that the game now provides, which means that you should no longer have to use any kind of third-party software. So this is cool in a way, because it means that you no longer have to have a third-party software. On the other hand, if you rely on certain features from a third-party software, like I do, you might be hesitant. So for example, I use a rapid fire button, which is fine as far as I know, because I'm pressing the button, but that helps with the macros, and so like there's that. And I don't know if I want to update it or not, because I don't know what all features it has. I've looked at a little bit, because like it's surprising to me that there isn't a whole lot out there. There's a little bit of a few videos here and there, but there's not like considering that as far as I've known, the mod is very popular. At least I thought it was. But there's not a whole lot of information out there. I guess like people, maybe that's why people come to me, because there's not a whole lot out there. So I guess I just have to kind of go for it. So my plan is to back up all of my WTF and all my add-ons and that kind of stuff, just in case something breaks and I can revert to an old setup. So that's kind of the plan. But eventually, if I do get into it, look into the update, see what all it can do, You know, if there's any improvements to, you know, I mean, obviously, like, to me, like, just being able to not have to rely on a third-party software, that's not really a big deal to me, because I actually use a program called PadStar, and I actually use it for a lot of different games. So because I have my own setup for so many different games, it's not really like a major deal to me. On top of that, you can also, like, you could import WoW to Steam and then use Steam's controller support. You know, and Steam supports a lot of different controllers, including like the Switch Pro controller. So that's something else as well. Like the Switch Pro controller adds an extra button to everything. So, you know, not having that, you know, just going in and just using the Blizzard support is whatever to me. It's like, it's not that big a deal, you know. So kind of like, I mean, I'm just kind of like, whatever, like it is what it is. But like, I kind of want to check it out because it looks like there might be some other features that have been added, some improvements to the UI, that kind of stuff, and I'd like to check it out. So if I do, I'll get in there and maybe look into it a little bit, mess around, see what I come up with. And I've got a lot of requests for like an updated UI video, which my setup's mostly the same. There's some minor changes, but with a new expansion, a lot of times people just want a new video. You know what I mean? Like people just, you know, whether it's the same thing or not, they just want to like feel like it's updated for Shadowlands. So that, hey, I can do that. So, you know, once I get settled down, I'll probably like, you know, get all the guides for, you know, all the macro guides and such out there, and then maybe I'll work on something for that as well down the road. So that's kind of the thing there. So if you've been wondering like what's up with that, cool, we've got Art of War now. I saw like, you know, what's up with the new console port, if I'm using it. Like I'm not using it right now, and it'll probably be a little bit before I actually sit down and you know, mess with that because of just everything going on. So yeah, that's kind of the deal there. But yeah, so other than that, I don't know a whole lot about if there's been any changes to the game. I know that like they did a big Torghast nerf or something like that, and so like Torghast is supposed to be a little bit easier, but that was like a while back. Like I said, I haven't kept up with much. Just with, like I said, I mean, I can say it over and over again, like a lot of stuff happening. So, you know, like, and I remember asking last week, like, if, you know, are people having fun with the game? Are people excited about it? That kind of stuff. So, like, I'd love to know still if you, you know, are you having fun with Shadowlands? Because, like, it still seems like a lot of fun to me. Still a game that I want to, you know, get more, like, continue to get involved with. Because, like, you know, when it first came out, I was playing it all the time. You know, the only time I would not play Shadowlands was when I was playing Overwatch and Fortnite with my wife. So, that was literally the only time when it came to gaming. If I was playing a game, it was Shadowlands. So, and I have like all kinds of characters that I want to level up, and obviously like I'm still making guides, and you know there's all that kind of stuff going on. So like I'm still into it, man. Like it's not like past expansions where like when I take a break it's because I'm like kind of getting bored with it. Like I'm actually still really into the game. It's just that, you know, life is life, and life always comes first, right? So which I'm actually kind of like I said last week, I'm really glad about. Like I'm glad that I have like things to look forward to do. Like I'm glad that I've got this new console port update to kind of mess around with. You know, I'm glad I've still got tons of guides to make. I'm glad I've got tons of characters to level up with. You know, I'm glad there's still so much to look forward to. And then there's Classic, which, you know, is always going to be there, you know, for hopefully. I mean, like, it's still there, and it's like something that, you know, I'm going to want to mess around with. So, and then I hear talk that there's people seem to be pretty certain that there's going to be a TBC release, you know, which is exciting. Because it'll be fun to get back into that, man, because that was a good expansion. So, like, I mean, there's just so much about this game. Like, I forget, someone in real life I was talking to. Oh, I had to call my cable company to get my cable transferred over. This is kind of a funny story. I mean, I don't know, it's not that. Well, okay, I will tell the whole story. Okay, so I called my cable company, and I'm like, you know, hey, you know, moving into a new place, you know, got to get internet set up. My wife works from home, you know, so we need to, like, do a thing where... you know, like, where we can have internet where we're staying at right now, but we can also have internet ready for the new place. We don't, like, you know, if we can have it overlap. And so, like, basically I had to, like, set up a whole new account, and, like, I had to go through all that process. It was kind of crazy. Like, it's kind of annoying, actually. But, you know, it was what it was. Like, I was like, okay, fine, I'll set up a new account, and I got a better discount. But the thing is, like, the guy was, like, trying to be a salesman, and, I mean, cable companies, if you work for a cable company, don't take this to heart, don't take this the wrong way, but, man, cable companies are so shady, and their employees are taught to be shady, like, it's, to get sales or whatever, and it's weird. But basically, like, I'm like, I just want internet. Like, I just want internet. Like, I don't need, you know, cable, I don't need phone, I don't need any of that crap, I just want the internet, right? That's all I do. That's all I care about. And they're like, okay, well, so like they're trying to set me up with this package. Well, the best deal I can get you is with phone and cable. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I don't want that. I'll pay less by just getting the internet, which is all I want. And so like I had to convince this guy, like, just give me the internet, dude. And so then he tries to give me just the internet and voice, like the phone, and I'm like, bruh, I'm trying to be really nice. I'm like, that sounds great, man. That's a good deal and all, but I don't want that. I just want the internet. And so finally, like, you know, he's like, so what do you do on the internet? Like, he's trying to like be nice, butter me up. He's like, what do you do on the internet? I'm like, oh, I game. You know, I do YouTube and I game, that kind of stuff. Okay, like, so what do you play? And I'm like, oh, I'm a big WoW nerd. Like, I love World of Warcraft, and you know, I play this and that and the other, like other games, all kinds of games. He's like, oh man. So he's like, so Warcraft, that new Shadowlands expansion came out, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. We my buddy and I were looking into getting back into it. Is it any good? And I'm like, oh, you know, and I explained it. Like, it's really fun. Like, I like it a lot. That kind of, like, there's all kinds of stuff to do, you know. I feel like it's better than, like, the past expansions. So basically, this guy on the phone fails to sell me, like, the stuff that he's supposed to sell me, but I sell him on Warcraft. So, Blizzard waiting for that commission money. It was kind of funny, though. Like, we just, like, talked about, like, WoW for, like I swear, like, 10 minutes. You know, and he's like, I'm gonna have to get back. Me and my buddy are gonna have to get back in it, run some dungeons, get some transmog, like, you know, or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, there's tons to do. It's a lot of fun. I can have my internet. Like, it was really funny. Like, I was obviously, it was funny. Like, I was nice to him. He really wanted me to get like a package deal, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. I just want my internet. But it was funny that, like, in the end, like, I actually sold him WoW. So I guess I was the better salesman. I don't know. But yeah, like, I mean, it's true. Like, you know. If it had been like the past expansion, like, you know, if it had been, you know, BFA, I would have been like, you know, it's whatever, it's there. If it had been Legion, I'd be like, you know, it's pretty good. Like, I like it, I play it, you know. But Shadowlands, to me, I'm a little bit more excited. I have a little bit more, you know, enthusiasm about it. I just like the game. There are some things I've seen. Some people, like, I guess botting is kind of bad right now. I don't know. You know, and there's like just this and that and the other. But overall, like, I like it, man. I like the way the game feels right now, especially when you, like, and I've said many times, like, how it's complemented by, you know, having a harder classic version of the game out there to kind of mess around with. So, you know, like, genuinely for me, it's like, it's one of my favorite times in the game. It's like I said last time, I think this break that you know what, I forgot, you know, I'm in this starting zone and I forget that I actually do have a mount that I can ride. You know, like, taking this break, it's probably good because it's just gonna, like, make me, like, sometimes you have to miss something. You have to want to play something. Like, back when I was in school, you know, I'd, like, be torn away from my game because I had to go to school, and all I'd be thinking about was, like, going home and playing my game. It made the game that much better, you know, but, like, I guess if you overindulge, then you're gonna burn yourself out. So, like, having something that pulled me away a little bit is good because it helps me moderate. And because, like, dude, I'm a gamer, man. I'll know life. If I'm really into something, like, of course, my wife, ever since I've been married, that's been not as much of a problem because, you know, being married is awesome. So I got all kinds of stuff to do with my wife and you know, head out and do stuff. Like, we go places and that and play other games and just do all kinds of whatever. But, you know, like, it's like being pulled away with other things going on. It makes me excited to come back and you know, dig in and really get into it. So, you know, I'd say that's like probably a good thing. So, like, I'm still enjoying the game, obviously. And I'm looking forward to getting more and more into it and playing more. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. Like I said, I'd love to know, like, you know, if you guys are having fun with it. Like, it seems, like I said, just from what I can tell, it seems like people are really enjoying it still. I'm really glad because, like, you know, I mean, it's nice to have an expansion that, you know, people like, and it's especially me, like, you know, because, like, it's cool if other people like it, but I want to like it, and I'm glad I kind of do. So I haven't really gotten into, like, I have not done any of my campaign yet. I will say that, like, I haven't done a single thing. Cool thing is like, once you unlock the campaign through Renown, you can just keep going through it, which is nice. I don't think you're time gated. Like, once you have unlocked the access to it through the Renown, you just have to like go through the quest line. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad it's kind of like that, so I don't feel like, you know, I'm missing out too much. I'm not held back like too much, and I can kind of catch up. But I have to do the dungeon, and so, like, I'm sure the dungeons, like, I would love to know. One thing I don't know about with the game is I don't know much about the raids or the dungeons yet. So, like, are the dungeons hard? Are they easy? Are they easy to get through? One of the things I always have a trouble with when it comes to group content is, like, I have like that slight bit of social anxiety, I guess. You know, just you know, just like getting in, like, trying to figure things out, like trying to, like, mostly for me, it's not so much like you know, playing the game or like my performance as a paladin or whatever character I'm playing as. It's more just like me not getting lost in the dungeon and like holding other people back or whatever. So like that's always my fear. Like back in the day when I had like friends I ran dungeons with, I never had to worry about that. But now it's like I'm always afraid I'm gonna get lost, because I have before, and most of the time people are whatever. I've been kicked a couple times. It happens. It's whatever. What's funny is like when it happens, it's not that big a deal. But for some reason I get like a little anxious whenever I like go into a dungeon for the first time. So it's kind of dumb. The mind is very stupid. You know, it holds you back a lot. So but yeah, like I'll get in there eventually. I'll just bite the bullet and do it. And I'm hoping that like I don't know if we're gonna have like account wide unlock things, like not flying, like flying's whatever, but like I wonder if we're gonna get like new allied races with this expansion. Like, are we gonna get Kyrian and like other races? Is that gonna be a thing in the future, or will there be other races to unlock in the game? Because I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, reasons to rep up. I wonder if like, because like one of my favorite things about BFA was all the like the unlocking all the allied races. I thought that was kind of fun. And now like finally leveling is to a point where leveling up a bunch of characters will be fun, and like getting to play all those allied races is going to be cool. Like I still want to level up a Volpera, little fox dudes. I think that'll be fun. So yeah, I mean there's a lot to look forward to. I mean I like I said, like I'm logging in to kind of do this to keep up the keep up the leveling series and like having fun with it. But like other than this, like I haven't played much, and it's killing me. Like especially right now, because like I'm doing this and there's so much I want to do with the game, and get in and like check out. Like it's just like it's crazy right now. So yeah. So like I said, like I hope you guys are having fun with it, because I can't wait to get back into it. So. And then selling the game to some cable guy is kind of funny. Like it's just which that happens sometimes. Like there are times I'll talk to people. Like there are lots of people that play WoW. People that I've what's funny is there was a guy like a few years back. I lived in like the apartments I live at, and I was over at a neighbor's house. A neighbor who's like a friend or whatever, and just hanging out playing like some Cards Against Humanity or whatever. And like one of their friends came over, and they're like, yeah, I play WoW, I'm part of this really big guild. And I'm like, yeah, what's the name of it? And they're like, it's the Convert the Raid Guild. You ever listen to that podcast? I'm like, yeah, I used to do a segment on it actually a long time ago. I did like a very short-lived series on there before all the YouTube stuff kicked off and stuff like that, and I couldn't do it anymore. But like, yeah, I'm actually part of that guild. That's where a lot of my alliance characters are actually. So it's kind of funny, like actually meet someone in real life just randomly who's in the same guild as you, like one of the bigger guilds. Which I mean, there's a lot of people that are in those guilds, so it's I guess it's more likely to happen. But it's just kind of funny, like meeting someone off chance. Like, so yeah, that was kind of fun. Of course, I don't think I ever saw that person after that, but it was just kind of funny, like weird experiences you have, just like with WoW, like just meeting people that like, whatever, like, but I've also like, it's really cool, like if you're ever in a guild and you make a friend and you actually get to meet that friend in real life for the first time, it's really cool. I've done that a few times as well, so like, there's a lot of people that play this game and it's awesome. So, my wife always says, she's like, if I had the time, I would play that game. I just don't like, her thing is like, I don't want to like get sucked in and then not have a life. Like, well, it's not that she wouldn't have a life. It's just like, I wouldn't do anything else. I would just want to play that game. Like, I wouldn't want to like do anything else. I wouldn't want to, cause like she crochets, she does like all kinds of other stuff, a lot of crafts, she's a graphic designer. So she's a very crafty person. She's like, if I started playing Warcraft, I would stop doing any other kind of craft. Warcraft would become my craft. So it's what it is. I'm cool with it. She's cool if I play it though, so that's awesome. But yeah, she's just like, it would suck my life away. Too much for me. But yeah, it's cool. She plays Overwatch with me, and that is just fine. Overwatch and Fortnite. She got me playing Fortnite. And I will say this, I was actually kind of surprised whenever I mentioned Fortnite, and then like when I made a Fortnite video, like I was expecting to get tons of hate from people for like playing Fortnite, and I didn't. People were like, cool, I play Fortnite. Like a lot of people play Fortnite. It's kind of funny. Like people were like, I think Fortnite is like that popular game to hate, but like a lot of people secretly like it because it's honestly not a bad game at all. Like it's a really fun game. Like I have a nephew, he's like 7 or 8, and he's been playing Fortnite for like, since he was like 5. Like, he's been playing it for years, and it's all he ever plays. He doesn't want to play anything else. I don't know if I could play Fortnite, just Fortnite, consistently that long. I think I'd want to play something else too, but like, you know, I'm a different kind of gamer. I'm a gamer. Like, I'm I don't want to say I'm the real deal, but you know, like I'm into a lot of different types of games. Like, gaming is like big in my life, so it's not like, yeah, I like this one game. Like, you know, there are a lot of people that I think a lot of WoW players can relate. They play WoW. That's all they play. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, different type of gamer. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, like I don't know, man. Like I actually like Fortnite a lot. I'm not that good, I will say. I'm surprisingly good with a sniper rifle, which is funny. But in terms of building and all that crap, like I'm terrible. I cannot keep up. There'd be people that like suddenly construct like a giant fortress, and then you're dead in like 2 seconds. I'm like, what even just happened? But like, if I can just stand there toe to toe with a lot of people, I can kind of, you know, hold my own or whatever. But the moment building starts getting involved, or like some crazy like guy with like just a normal plain old shotgun, like from like 10 miles away, somehow still manages to kill you, you're like, what the heck was this crazy person doing? But yeah, it's fun though. I mean, it really is a lot of fun. So a lot of fun games to be had. I'm actually really excited. You know, like, I don't know how other people feel about this year coming up, like, but I'm kind of hopeful that 2021 will be the year of Zelda, because like 2020 was the 35-year anniversary of Mario. So Mario's, well, he's to give you an idea, Mario is 1 year older than me, and then Link and Zelda are the same age as me. So this is going to be my 35th year, and it's going to be the 35th year, the 35-year anniversary, hopefully, of The Legend of Zelda. And it will be the 35-year anniversary for sure, but I'm hoping that they do something cool about that. Like, I hope like we get some cool like collector's pack in on the Switch, because like, I mean, there are still some Zelda games that I have not played, like Skyward Sword. I wonder if they're going to add that. And then, of course, you know, Twilight Princess and like Wind Waker HD. Because I imagine they're going to bring a lot of those games to the Switch, because like a lot of games that were on the Wii U are being ported to the Switch, so that those games can actually get a chance to be seen by people, because the Wii U was kind of a flop. So I'm all for them adding that. I could see them doing a lot of different things, because like if they add the N64 emulator like they have with the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, then I imagine they could probably just add like the Zelda games on there. Of course, they did add Mario 64, so I don't know, maybe not. But like, are they going to add like, I don't know, man. There's like a lot of things they could do. I could totally see them just being like, okay, we're going to do Zelda Ocarina of Time, Zelda Wind Waker, and then Zelda Twilight Princess, and that's the triple pack. And then totally not include Majora's Mask. Or maybe they will include Majora's Mask. They've done Zelda collections before. I think they had one collection that had like Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past. I can't remember, what was the GameCube one? It was like Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, and then it had like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and then it also had like a demo for Wind Waker or something. I can't remember exactly how it was, but yeah, something like that would be kind of cool. But like, hopefully they'll have, I personally, like for me, what I would like them to do is go from Ocarina of Time all the way up to Skyward Sword and have a big pack like that. That would be crazy. You'd have like 5 games. That would be sweet. I would love to see them do that, and maybe even do like the remastered versions of the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. That would be sweet. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't, because they didn't do Mario 64 DS, so I don't imagine they will do that with Zelda either. That would be cool though, because I'd love to play those versions of the game. But either way, we'll see what they do. Hopefully they do something. You guys know, I know I'm playing World of Warcraft, and I'm talking to probably a lot of Warcraft nerds. But I'm a huge Zelda nerd. I've been wanting to play Breath of the Wild again lately. And I had fun playing Ocarina of Time with you guys earlier this year. And so like, I would love them to add more Zelda games to the Switch. That would be awesome. So we'll see what they do. I'm hoping that they do something that like the COVID stuff doesn't like get in the way of that too much. And I think they outsource a lot of that stuff anyway, so I can tell you right now that if they release a Zelda pack, it's going to sell like crazy. So if they don't do it, they would be crazy. But, you know, Nintendo is that company that tends to not do the obvious thing. So we will see what happens there, I guess. But we're going to kill this guy now. This big rare. Eden the Howler. Dang, he's big, but he's going down fast. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom, come on. Come on. Come on. I like how I drop his health like in an instant, and then like the last little bit's like, nope. Alright, there we go. Cool. Yeah, cool. That was easy. That got me a lot of XP too. Alright, so I want to get out of here. I want to get out of this cave. Going to go turning these quests in. I guarantee you that by turning these quests in, we're going to hit level 25, which means that we should get our next talent. I can already tell you which one I'm going to go for. It's actually, I can't. It's either going to be Fires of Justice or Blade of Wrath. Either one of those. I don't know which one yet. But yeah, I want to pick my talent, and we're going to continue on our journey here in Dunmoreau. So I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.